Now, in Sudan, military rulers and the opposition have agreed in principle to the formation of a joint body to lead a transition from 30 years of autocratic rule by Omar al-Bashir. The two sides held their first formal discussions on Saturday as opposition groups and protesters pushed for a rapid handover to civilian rule following Mr. Bashir's fall earlier this month. Sudan's Transitional Military Council, which ousted and arrested the former president after months of protest, has said it will rule for up to 2 years ahead of elections. We have with us now VOA's Jason Pattinkin, who joins us live from Khartoum. Jason, thank you for joining us on Network Africa. What more can you tell us about the meeting the opposition held with the TMC on Saturday?
Well, the opposition is a bit of a complicated term. There are multiple oppositions. There is the representatives of the protesters, as well as the more established political opposition. So it was the representatives of the protesters, the Sudan Professionals Association and others, who met with the Transitional Military Council on Saturday. Now, previously they had said that they would cut off communication with that military council, but now they've changed that and have gone back and started talking with them again.
Okay, so right now, where do we stand? What exactly did they agree or not agree on?
Well, we still do not have an agreement on what the government will look like, and that is the sticking point. What is the percentage of civilians who will be in the transitional government? What percentage of military will be in the transitional government? This is one of the reasons, or this is one of the sticking points. How long the transitional government will last. So there are a number of things that still need to be fully resolved before this is done, and there are still massive protests going on against the Transitional Military Council.
Yeah, like you mentioned, there's still a lot of protests going on, and the military council seems to be offering a lot of concessions, yet the protesters remain defiant. What do you think it will take to get the protesters off the streets?
I was just at the main protest outside the military headquarters maybe about an hour ago, and I asked that very question to many people, and I think there was one young man who said it very clearly. He said, "We will not leave until our demands are met." The protesters are resolute. They're not going anywhere. The protests continue every single day. It's really an incredible scene there at the protests, and until they see a true civilian government, until they see a fair transition, until they see justice for corruption and crimes committed and atrocities, they say they will continue to remain in the streets.
Although he is wanted by the ICC, we're talking about the former president Omar al-Bashir. The military council has suggested that he will be tried in Sudan, where the public prosecutor has already begun investigation. Are the protesters okay with this, or do they want to see Bashir handed over to the ICC?
They definitely want him tried. They want to see, every protester I talked to wants to see Bashir, and not only Bashir, but other members of the former regime tried and held accountable. I didn't hear anyone say that they wanted Bashir sent to the ICC. They said they want to do justice for him here at home. They want to deliver justice to the man who has ruled them and who they say has oppressed them for so many years. That said, some people indicated that it could be a trial at home, but they encouraged international observers to ensure that it was a fair trial, that it was, that things were done correctly. What they don't want is some sort of whitewashing of what happens in the past. They want to see real justice. They want to see a real trial that gives the victims of the regime and most Sudanese who oppose the regime a sense of closure and a sense of justice.
All right, then, VOA's Jason Pattinkin, thank you for speaking to us on Network Africa today.
Thank you.